So all these cases were being probed by this special investigation team, which was a mix of Gujarat officers and some officers from outside, headed by a retired police officer. And then, more importantly, the Supreme Court also ensured that these witnesses were provided security not by the Gujarat police but by the by a central paramilitary force, CISF. That is what allowed or emboldened these witnesses to depose against several people, and one remarkable success was in Naroda Patia case, where you would all know that that led to the conviction of Maya Kodnani, who was a minister in Modi's government, minister ironically of women and child development. So that led to the conviction of Maya Kodnani and a prominent VHP or Bajrangal leader, Babu Bajrangi. So these successes came about because of the Supreme Court's intervention, and this was, yes, very much in the media limelight. So it was not very easy for things to go wrong at that stage. They came on these proceedings were on track, and it led to some such convictions. Now, if I could trace the incidents that took place during the violence, I would like to talk about what happened on 28th February, because that was the day on which the post-Godhra violence erupted. This was the day after Godhra incident, the incident in which 58 people were killed in a train arson at Godhra, right? And now that incident did alert the Godhra administration and also the Gujarat government to take preemptive action. They said that they were holding meetings with police, with home officials. SIT in its report commended the SIT headed by Raghavan commended Narendra Modi for being alive to the danger of Muslims being attacked as a result of the Godhra incident. And we also know that this was the first major instance of communal violence after the setting up of various 24/7 TV channels. So the most prominent channel those days was Star News, the predecessor of NDTV, 24/7. Now, I call that the predecessor because Star News those days was run by Pranay Roy's team, and so you had prominent journalists like Barkha Dutt and Rajdeep Sardesai covering 2002 very extensively, and we all remember those programs, those visuals. Yet, if you look at the incidents of February 28, what is remarkable is that the first post-Godhra massacre, which took place in Gulbarg Society, in the heart of Ahmedabad, you would not come across any visual. In fact, we have Rakesh here with us. Rakesh Sharma went on to make an award-winning documentary called Final Solution. So he would, I'm sure, bear me out. There is no audio-visual of this Gulbarg Society massacre, despite the fact that this was not something that happened all of a sudden. This was Gulbarg Society is a tiny Muslim pocket in a Hindu-dominated area, and it was in siege since morning. It was a very prolonged siege, borne out by a whole lot of communications within the police. They give a very chilling account of how the crisis escalated, how the mob increased in size, how it was at one point 1,000 strong, and then it went on to become as big as 10,000 strong, according to the police communications themselves. And they were asking for reinforcements and so on and so forth. And at some point, a senior police officer did arrive at the spot, M.K. Tandon, who was the Joint Commissioner of Police. He was there briefly. He opened fire and in the air and dispersed the mob, and then went away because he felt that he needed to be elsewhere. And then the mob regrouped in no time, and it led to this massacre around 3 o'clock, and it was all over by 3:45. During which time as many as 69 people were killed, including this former Congress MP Ehsan Jafri, whose widow we all are familiar with because she was the one who filed this complaint against Modi and 60 others of his regime, with rescue operations and to transfer survivors, victims from there to hospitals and relief camps and so on. And he was there along with his immediate subordinate Gondia, DCP. Now, while they were undertaking this operation, just barely 3 kilometers from there, at a place called Circuit House, NXC, Sahibal, and Modi was holding a law and order review meeting at 4 o'clock.